What is going on, Headliner Nation? Your boy Kyle back, and I'm leading us through the weekend update here at the Fantasy Headliners. We've got a ton of news to go over real quick, some updates from the other shows we've done this week. We've got Tater and Mac spitting straight fire this week. We're going to have our mystery box from Pristine Auction, and then as always, Dr. Ethan Turner will be joining Jake to talk about Show Us Your Teams. Well, let's break down some of the news first that has happened since our other shows have dropped this week. Let's start it off. Ryan Tannehill. He's going to end up being officially questionable this week. Now, he was a full participant on Thursday. All of a sudden on Friday goes back to being limited. Malik Willis might be starting once again for Tennessee. Aaron Jones, his injury designation has been removed. We don't need to worry about him. He should be a full go this weekend. You Aaron Jones owners, that's going to be big for you. So good to see him, and apparently won't be limited either. Let's hope that that stays true. Mike Williams, Keenan Allen, both of them are going to be out for the Los Angeles Chargers. That means we're firing up Josh Palmer. And for those of you looking for a wide receiver 3, DeAndre Carter definitely could be a decent option. Get you about 5 to 7 fantasy points if you're desperate for somebody this week. Zeke is still going to be questionable this week. We don't know if he's going to be good to go. They're saying we should hear more on Saturday. Jarvis Landry is officially off the injury report and should return to action this week as well. I love that for Chris Olave. I think that's going to help open him up a little bit, and that's going to leave somebody else out there that they're going to have to keep their eyes on. DeAndre Swift, no injury designation as well. Now, just because there's no injury designation, they haven't said, oh, he's going to have a full workload. If I had to guess, we're still going to see a lot of Jamal Williams on the ground. DeAndre Swift will handle things through the air, and we'll see kind of like a 50-50, 60-40 split in favor of Jamal Williams. Mecole Hardman's going to be out this week. He was a guy that people were relying on because he's been scoring so much lately. This doesn't really affect Travis Kelce at all, but I do think it helps Juju and kind of just amps up his potential volume as well. Josh Allen is, in fact, we've got a few quarterbacks we got to talk about. Josh Allen officially questionable. He has not practiced at all this week. We don't know if he's going to be able to play with that elbow injury. If he is out this week, I'll still start Stephon Diggs. I will not start Gabe Davis, and Dawson Knox will get a bump for me. So hopefully you all are hearing that out there right now. Matthew Stafford still questionable and in the concussion protocol. Did some limited things at practice today. We'll see if he clears in time. And apparently Kyler Murray is all of a sudden a game time decision as well this week. So that's 4 quarterbacks, right? Allen, Stafford, Murray, Tannehill. That all might not be a no-go this week. So make sure you're scrounging on the waiver wire there if you need somebody to pick it up. Speaking of the Rams, Kyron Williams is going to be back this week. He's supposed to become a part of this 3-headed monster at running back the Rams all of a sudden have, but who knows? Kyron Williams, if he performs well, he's going to see more touches. I guarantee that. David Njoku is unfortunately not going to be able to make it back this week, so he's going to be out another week. Adjust accordingly for you Njoku owners. And then I know Dr. Turner's probably talked about this quite a bit on his video. Darren Waller, Hunter Renfrow are going to be out. Foster Moreau, not really a guy that I'm running to right now, so I'm not super amped up for him or anything like that. He's had like 2 good games in his entire career when Darren Waller has been out, so he's never been like an acceptable injury replacement. So I'm not really too amped up about that one. In terms of like Matt Collins, like I don't mind Collins. For those of you that might need like a wide receiver 3 or something like that, could end up providing like a DeAndre Carter type value, like around maybe 8 fantasy points. If he scores a touchdown though, that's even better. He's going to probably go over about 10 to 12. But there you have it. A lot of updated news there for you. Don't forget, for you injury folks out there, make sure you checked out our video that dropped earlier today. Dr. Ethan went over all the injury news and updates for you so you can prepare your lineups as well. But hey, Pristine Auction, baby. They've sent us another sweet box, and Jake's going to rip that open for us and let us know what we may have for giveaways coming up soon.
That's right, it's time to dive into the old Pristine Auction mystery box. I got some good items still left in this box that we're going to be giving away here in the coming weeks, so you got to make sure you stay tuned because you never know which video these items are going to show up in. But a lot of people are asking, hey, how do I get in on these giveaways? It's super simple. Aside from just watching the videos and leaving a comment saying you're interested, you can be in our Discord for sure. That's another way to get some items. But all you have to do is sign up for a free account over at pristineauction.com. There's a link down below in the description. You use the referral code Headliners when you do so. It's free. It costs costs you nothing. Did I mention that it's free for you to do? Just use that referral code Headliners when you sign up. They're going to throw a $10 credit into your account. If you choose to purchase something, you can use that towards your first purchase and get yourself a little bit of a discount, but we're not going to waste a whole lot of time. We're getting right into this box. We got some goodies. Now, I don't want to look, but I know there's only one of this type of item left in this box, so we're going to go ahead and take care of that here today. A lot of people have been enjoying the balls that we have in our hands, and people are loving them. We've done what? We have a Devontae Adams football that's being given away right now in one of Kyle's videos here this week. We got a Joe Burrow football coming up here pretty soon. That thing was sick. We saw that last week. How about a signed Zeke Elliott football right here? Got the Dallas Cowboys on the other side. Any Cowboys fans out there? I mean, I know he's somewhat underperformed on your fantasy team, but that's cool. Autographed merchandise is always awesome to have. And he's making like $18 million a year. So, I mean, he's expensive. That means this is worth more money, right? Whatever it is, it's going to be free to somebody out there in Headliner Nation. Going to be giving away a signed Zeke Elliott football. How about we go to a jersey now? And I'm going to ruffle through these jerseys so I don't know which one is which. And then we're just going to pick one out. How about we go with this one? I don't know which one this is. It is none other than Justin Jefferson, a yellow stitched font of Justin Jefferson. You see the JJ. Right there is the JJ for Justin Jefferson, a signed Justin Jefferson jersey with the alternate yellow lettering. Sweet jersey right here. Don't forget, go get that account signed up. It's free for you to do. Links down below in the description. Just use referral code Headliners when you do so. And then be sure to start watching all the videos because you never know when these items are going to show up and just be given away to a member of the community. Looking forward to doing that. But for now, back to you, Kyle.
Justin Jefferson signed jersey, Zeke Elliott autographed football. Yes, those are going to be coming up soon. Make sure you keep your eyes out on the upcoming videos because I believe some of you are going to want to get your hands on this. Now, let's transition over to one of the most unique members of our staff here. Tater Miles. For those of you that don't know Tater, well, he is a semi-professional weatherman and an amateur beer taster. Actually, that's probably the other way around. Noting how much he likes to drink, he's probably a semi-professional beer taster and an amateur weatherman. So that's probably a little bit more along the lines of his title there. But Tater is going to share with us the weather updates and maybe a cold brewski you should be popping in week 10.
Hey everybody, it's Tater Miles coming at you with another weekend weather report and beer review. Listen, I'm sitting out here in the middle of a tornado watch, so if I get blowed away, you know what the cause is for that. Hopefully you can hear me and it's not ruffling up my mic too much. But anyways, let's get into it and go ahead and knock this out. We do have something special to talk about this week as far as weather goes. Really only one specific game that I'm keeping an eye on for this, but there is a chance of snow. That's right, the white stuff that falls from the sky. Maybe you've seen it before. That'll be at the Minnesota Vikings and the Buffalo Bills up there in Buffalo. There is a chance of snow. Now, that chance of snow has dwindled a little bit, even since this morning when I first looked at it, but it will be about 34 degrees come game time, so it's gonna be cold. Really, that's all the weather there is to talk about. It is getting colder around the country, so in Kansas City, Pittsburgh, Green Bay, maybe even Philadelphia, there's some forecast of temperatures under 40 degrees come game time for those three places, so just, you know, it's not really something that you need to worry about, but it can affect things from time to time, so just something to note as you're looking at the weather for this weekend. Now, let's go ahead and get into this beer review. Listen, I went down to a local bottle shop today looking for some just delicacies of beers, and I happened upon one that I think is appropriate since we just got to talk about a little bit of snow. This is from the Deep River Brewing Company, but this is called the Peanut Butter with a Chance of Fluff. Obviously, you know why I chose it, talking about the fluff. I recognize what this looks like, and so it's been brewed, they say, to taste like I don't know if I can say this out loud, might be children around. Peanut fluff your butter. Am I saying that right? Fluffer butter nutters. This here is the peanut butter flavors. I know I didn't get that one right. Here we go. I got a fluffer nutter. Now I know what you're thinking. Fluffer butter? I don't even know her. It's a sandwich, but you know, it doesn't sound like a sandwich necessarily. But the fluffer nutter, is a sandwich peanut butter marshmallow fluff. Real good. You should try it if you ain't never tried it. If you're into that sort of if you're into that. That Kyle feller looks like he's probably had a fluffernutter or two in his day. But it is important, they say on their website, this doesn't contain any dairy or eggs. If you're one of them yuppies that's allergic to everything, but it does contain peanuts. That's peanuts. I want to pronounce that correctly. Peanuts. It is a brown ale brewed with peanut butter and marshmallow fluff. 6.2. Whew, it is fluffy. Look at that. The fluff coming right out the top there. Just throw that out. All right, here we go. I'm real interested in this, real excited about it. I do love to have my fluffers. All right, here we go. One sip. Everybody knows the rules on that one. Interesting. Now, this is good. I would say it's a novelty item, if anything else. If you've ever had, what is that? Peanut butter whiskey screwball or something like that. It kind of tastes like that. It reminds me of some of, the coffee stouts and stuff like that, all the flavoring that gets in there. I think anytime you pair a little bit of alcohol with anything in that peanut butter, chocolate, coffee flavor, and those are vastly different, but they all kind of come out the same in an alcohol. Anyways, I'm just rambling at this point talking about peanut butter. I would not drink this on the regular, but then again, I don't eat fluffernutters on the regular. It's one of those things that every now and then it's nice and fun to, go to bed at night and close your eyes and think to yourself, I had a fluffernutter today. But this is nothing special. I didn't pick up a beer with peanuts in it and think I was gonna love it, but it's not bad. I would highly suggest to try it if you're one of those people that's into saying that you've tried a bunch of different beers and you keep track, all that kind of stuff. It's definitely one to try. It's a real good flavored beer. And I can taste that marshmallow fluff more than anything. I can smell it on this beard here as the wind blows, but not bad. I'm gonna give it a 6.7, just because it is good. They balance the flavors well. Just not quite my cup of peanuts. Good Lord. Help. Enjoy your weekend, play some fantasy football. If you can't find the peanut butter with a chance of fluff, maybe just make yourself a little homemade fluffernutter, if you know what I mean. I'm winking. You can't see it, but I'm winking. Set your lineups, get them straight, watch out for that snow, and we'll see you next week. Back to the studio.
Tater never ceases to amaze me. But you know who I really want to hear from right now is my boy Mac the Lone Boner Galloway. This dude has got some Friday Flyers. For those of you that are dealing with injuries or just need to fill a roster spot right now, Mac has got a few guys he's keeping his eye on this week to see if they should be on your roster and maybe even in your lineup.
Headliner Nation, what's good? It's your boy Big Mac. Yo, I'm back again with my Friday Flyers. That's 5 guys that if you got room on your bench, you should stash them away and get ahead of the curve for the waiver wire. And listen, without further ado, let's get into it, baby. All right, guys, first player up I want to talk about is Jordan Wilkins from the Indianapolis Colts. So look, we all know over this weekend, Frank Wright, he's out of there. Now in steps Jeff Saturday, a former center, so hopefully this will improve the offensive line, him bringing that type of mentality and that mindset to help bolster that offensive line. Now look, we're not going to fool ourselves and think that that's the reason why they're not playing up to par. Jonathan Taylor also has been nagging with that ankle injury, so they're going to have to address that situation. He missed this past week. Don't know what's going to happen going forward. They're 3-5-1 right now. It could be a potential where they just shut him down completely. I don't know for sure, but that makes a lot of sense, especially if it's a deteriorating situation. You don't want the corner piece of your offense to be out there fighting for no reason, right? So that's why I think Jordan Wilkins could be an opportunity to get him in your lineup. And if Deion Jackson, something happens to him, right now he's going to be the de facto bell cow, if they do put Jonathan Taylor on the shelf. but they got to have somebody else that can come in and take some of those targets and the carries that Nyheim Hines left vacated. So last week, Jordan Wilkins came in and he had about 5 targets in week 9. So, that's pretty good, for a secondary, back. So if he's out there, go scoop him up. You never know what'll happen. All right, next up, I want to talk about Colin Hill, running back from the Green Bay Packers. So Aaron Jones picked up a little injury this past week, a little bit of an ankle situation. Right now, he's trending to possibly play, but you want to get ahead of the curve. We all know A.J. Dillon could be the de facto RB1 if Aaron Jones does miss time. But you want to have Kalen Hill on your roster just in case, because they probably go like a 60-40 split if that does happen. Just like they're doing 50-50 right now. Even though Aaron Jones gets more of the passing work, Colin Hill could factor in and do the same thing if Aaron Jones does miss time. They trust A.J. Dillon, but for me personally, he doesn't get the work like he should in the passing game. So Colin Hill could factor in and be that pass catching back or third down option. So if he's out there on the waiver wire, go ahead and pick him up and just stash him away just in case if Aaron Jones does miss some time. Next up, I want to talk about Dwayne Washington, running back from the New Orleans Saints. So look, we've all heard about the leaked video footage that just came out, right? No, not that type. Get your minds out together, okay? But look, Alvin Kamara has got a situation going on. Not a lot has came out as of yet, but the potential of a suspension because of what we've seen on the film, let's just be real. It could be a nasty situation. So you want to get ahead of this situation and possibly put Dwayne Washington on your bench, because Mark Ingram is going to be out probably another like 3 weeks with that MCL sprain, if he even comes back. And I can't see them picking up anybody off waivers. There's really nobody out there right now. Taysom Hill will factor in just like he's been doing, kind of switching in and out, being that type of gadget player / hybrid. So he will get a lot of the bulk of the carries. But Dwayne Washington is another guy that I think they will be able to use in a north-south type game, just to try to keep the defense honest. So if Dwayne Washington's out there, you might want to take a look at him just in case. Now, again, this is like a deep stash. If you don't have room on your bench, I wouldn't worry about it. But you want to get ahead of the curve just in case something comes out and Alvin Kamara does miss time. You don't want to be left holding the bag. Next up, Treylon Burks, wide receiver at Tennessee Titans. So listen, he's eligible to return back from IR this week. That's huge. That's what she said. But anyway, the Tennessee Titans right now, they're known, of course, for King Henry. And King Henry's been doing King Henry type things. Just running over face over and over and over again. However, they need some type of offensive threat on the outside. Insert Treylon Burks, right? They hadn't had a consistent pass catcher in quite some time. And their high hopes on Treylon Burks should be coming to fruition now that he's coming off of this injury. Like I said, he was highly talented in the offseason. That was one of the main reasons that they were comfortable with getting rid of Brown, A.J. Brown. We all know what kind of monster he was. But Treylon Burks has that potential. I'm not saying he's A.J. Brown, but he has those same characteristics, right? And like I said, with Malik, Derrick Henry, with that read option, then you put Burks on the outside. Oh my God. I'm telling you, that could be something special. So if he's out there, just go scoop him up. Put him on your bench right now. I wouldn't play him this week, but just stash him away and listen, see what happens. You never know. All right, last but not least, I want to talk about Steven Sims of the Pittsburgh Steelers, wide receiver. So with Chase Claypool going to Chicago via trade, so now they have an opportunity to put Steven Sims into the slot. He's the type of guy that they're going to manufacture a lot of situations for, bubble screens, motions, a lot of things that Matt Canada likes to use. They've already used him in that way. kind of like what they did with Claypool, but it won't be quite the same. He's not a power slot. He's not as big as Claypool or athletic, but the difference is his hands. He's got better hands than Chase Claypool, right? So now you got 6 vacated targets that it's gonna have to go somewhere. George Pickens, of course, and Deontay, they're gonna be doing the thing. Pat Fairmouth is gonna get a lot of targets underneath as well. But just look out for Steven Sims, because it's already been talked that they're already going to implement him into the offense and use him in a lot of different ways. So if he's out there, go ahead and grab him. Just like I said, stash him on your bench, and just wait and see what happens. But look, guys, I appreciate the time once again. Come back and holler at me next Friday, baby. We're going to keep bringing you this gas and bringing you all these fire picks, right? Like I said, last week, you tuned in. I talked about Cole Kmet. You see, he got busy. That's what we do down here at the Headliner Nation, baby. We give you the gas. You feel me? So come check us out, and we're going to get you right. So until next time, peace, love, blessings.
My man, Mac, appreciate you and the Friday Flyers. But now, one of the best segments of the week, when we get to interact with all of you a little bit more and you send us in your teams, and then we break them down a little bit. Jake, Ethan, take it away on Show Us Your Teams.
All right, Ethan, here we go. It's week 10. It's time to show us your teams, Ethan. We got a lot of submissions this week. I know we say that all the time, but I feel like we got extra submissions this week that I wasn't really expecting. We got a lot of people submitting their teams, and we got some good ones for you here today, Ethan. We're not wasting any more time. Now, let's just get right into the first one, because Paul Mendoza has sent us over the East Side Hungry Hippos. Did you ever play Hungry Hippos as a kid?
Oh, yeah.
Dude, have you ever been to like an arcade that has like the life-size Hungry Hippos that you sit on? They're like, you actually sit on the hippo.
What was that move?
Like this. My hands they weren't like this. They were like this. And like you're never mind.
I've never played that game, Jake. I don't know what kind of.
When you come and visit me, Ethan, we'll go do it. It's a lot of fun. All right. So the East Side Hungry Hippos, and honestly, look at the hippo drawing. If you look under the helmet, that is a serious looking hippo right there. That's a legit. He looks angry.
He does.
Maybe he's just hungry.
Hippo, Jake. Fun fact: one of my favorite animals. Because when people ask me what physique I'm going for, I always say hippo. Because now, hear me out here, Jake. The reason I say hippo is because hippos are pretty chubby. I'm chubby. But you would not mess with a hippo, right? Like if you saw a hippo walking by, you'd be like, I'm not going to mess with that hippo.
Probably not.
When I'm working out, that's the physique I'm going for. Like kind of chubby, but I wouldn't mess with him.
Okay. I've never really thought about it like that, but I guess now that you've enlightened us, I'm kind of a hippo too. All right, let's look at this team now. So he's got the hashtag Headliner Nation. He's got a 7-2 record. He's on a 2-game losing streak, which is no bueno. Let's look at the team. We got Kirk Cousins, a.k.a. Drip Cousins. RB1 is Derrick Henry. And then he's got Saquon Barkley as his number 2, and Stephon Diggs and Deebo Samuel and Kyle Pitts. This is a 12-team PPR, Ethan, and he's got Henry, Barkley, Diggs, Deebo.
Well, it sounds like he just got Henry. So it's just acquired in trade for Herbert, Sanders, and Dulcich.
I think that's how you say it. All right, but anyway, either way, irregardless, Ethan, we're looking at a team here that's absolutely stacked. You got Kyle Pitts, okay. Chris Olave, who we like. He's streaming defenses, has the Ravens currently. Going to have to figure something out there because obviously they're on bye. On his bench, he's got – dude even got Jonathan Taylor on his bench, Ethan. How do you get Barkley, Diggs, Deebo, Jonathan Taylor, and then you acquired Derrick Henry? You got Mark Andrews as well on a bye week. Do you draft with a bunch of idiots? Because this team – this is like a new level of stackness for a 12-teamer. This is something that I would expect from like an 8-teamer, Ethan, not 12. I'm almost at a loss because he's asking for lineup recommendations. I mean, I don't dislike what you have in there right now. I mean, Godwin over Diggs or Deebo? Probably not.
Well, we'll see what happens with Debo health wise.
Right? If he's active, he's playing. If he's not, then sure, we can look at Chris Godwin. Jonathan Taylor, another guy we're kind of waiting to see health wise as well. Kadarius Toney, waiting to see what his role is going to be. Isaiah Likely, he's dropping. I'm guessing because they're on bye and he expects to have Andrews back there after the bye week. He's got another open bench spot still. Good Lord. Ethan, this team is ridiculously stacked. How are they on a 2-game losing streak is my question.
Well, bye weeks are probably playing a little bit of a role in that.
I guess so.
Injury luck. Not great with Samuel. I mean, really from and Andrews, he's put together a couple stinkers before he missed a game. So, I could see where maybe things got a little haywire there, but overall the team's still really, really good. I think this is an A team for sure.
Yep.
On a couple game losing streak, we're not worried about that. The foundation of this team being really, really good and competing for a title is there. So I'm going to go with an A.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%, especially since they won their first 7 games of the season. So they're in a good spot. When it comes to waiver recommendations, honestly, there's nothing that you really need. I'll go out there and try to see if you have some type of running back that's sitting on waivers that maybe has an opportunity with an injury, maybe even like a Rashad White if he's sitting out there, something like that. But you don't need anything there, Paul. That team is absolutely stacked. Let's go to the next one, which is Frank Garcia with On the Hunt, and he's got a bunch of targets out there. I mean, he's trying to hit the bullseye, Ethan.
Yeah.
He's 3-6 on a 3-game winning streak. Dude started 0-6, has won 3 straight. Did he get our Twitter handles correct?
Well, Jake, I don't know if you noticed, but
I mean, I don't see the verified check mark next to either one of them.
There's no check mark,
but we'll give him a pass. Maybe,
but
he did.
The names
submit
are spelled
this
correctly, so
that's right. He did his part. For his QB, I like how he has like the target symbol as the Q in QB. Do you notice that? You didn't even notice that, did you?
Oh, wow, that is nice.
Yeah, that is pretty nice. So he's got Justin Fields, who I absolutely love this week. Did you know, Ethan, over the last 4 weeks of the fantasy season, that Justin Fields is quarterback 1 overall?
I did know that, Jake, because I dropped him in a league exactly 4 weeks ago. And picked up somebody else.
So you're the person that we can thank for this. We appreciate that, Ethan.
Yep, it stings a little bit. Sometimes you make mistakes.
He's also got Dalvin Cook, Tony Pollard, DK Metcalf, and DJ Moore, David Njoku, Brandon Ayuk, and then on the bench, Mixon, Dillon, Kareem Hunt, Drake London, Jacoby Myers, Kyle Pitts, and Dak Prescott. Lost Trey Lance and Breece Hall. That blows. Any lineup changes needed, he's asking. Now, I know David Njoku still not 100%. He's questionable to play, which means you have Kyle Pitts there just in case. But after that, Ethan, are you making any other changes? I mean, Jacoby Myers on a bye week. I'm probably still rolling Fields over Prescott. A.J. Dillon, maybe if Aaron Jones were to sit, but that doesn't seem likely. Mixon's on a bye as well. So pretty solid with the way you have it. Just kind of paying attention to that tight end position.
Yeah, we're hoping Njoku's back this week, but we don't have any guarantees of that. Right. So we'll kind of keep an eye on that. But he's got Kyle Pitts, so he at least has somebody to throw in there.
It's not a great second option there. I mean, I don't know. Everybody writes off Kyle Pitts and he starts scoring touchdowns. So maybe we should continue to just write off Kyle Pitts. Now, I like the little targets all over here. He's got the championship trophy right there in the middle. That's what he's aiming for. 3-6, hasn't given up yet. Playing the spoiler, trying to make a run late into the playoffs there. Overall, this team, I don't mind it this week. I love the matchup for Justin Fields. Dalvin Cook, Tony Pollard could get extra run if Zeke Elliott's not 100% as well. DK Metcalf, how do they respond to the game in Germany? Which Carolina Panthers team shows up on Thursday night for DJ Moore? Overall, though, I don't mind this team. It's a 10-teamer. I would expect to see maybe a little bit more here in a 10-teamer, but being that you lost Breece Hall, that's a big hit right there.
Yeah, I still think the team is pretty solid for a 10-team league. I mean, you got Mixon, you got Fields. That was probably a pickup. That's a good, he's I think still pretty locked in as QB1, especially for the rest of the year.
Yep.
And so I think there's talent here. I don't know if it's quite enough to win a championship, but I think if you can put together a few more wins, maybe sneak into the playoff with like a 7-6 or 6-7 record, depending on how many playoff teams are in this league. I'm still fighting for that at this point. I don't think it's worth giving up by any stretch. So I'm going to go with probably about a B- here.
Yep, I was thinking right around.
I think it's good. Just some bad luck to begin the year. Some injury, bad luck with Lance and Hall, but the team's okay.
Yeah, overall, it's not
team.
bad whatsoever. I'm not giving up yet for sure. Solid B in my book as well. All right, next up here, we have Evan Graham, who has Diggs Paradise. Got some color here, Ethan. We got red and blue. I know you like the color. He's got week 10 Headliner Nation, 10 team, full PPR, started projection 10th, now second. But here's my question, Ethan, and this is why this one is selected. And because you are a doctor and you are infinitely smarter than all of us other normal peasants out here, how the hell have we played 9 weeks of the season, but dude's record is 6-2?
Perhaps.
Is it an odd amount of teams in this? No, it can't be. It's a 10-teamer.
It's a 10-team league.
I don't know. They got bye weeks in fantasy?
Do you think they gave him does two teams just don't play 1 week? That's weird. I don't know. Maybe he's just maybe he's 6-2-1.
All I know is 6-2 don't equal 9, Ethan. That's like the extent of my knowledge right here.
Yeah. Either
Evan,
way,
please explain.
He's still in second. I mean, I'm guessing. So we'll just say he's 6-2, but probably 7-2.
All right. So he's the AKA trade master. Obviously, he's not a mathematician, but he is the trade master, he says. 12 trades made. 2 players kept from draft day. So in other words, you told everybody in your league that I drafted a crap team. I'm going to totally redeem myself and make a bunch of trades. So let's see how you did. It's called Diggs' Paradise. So damn it, you better have Stephon Diggs. Quarterback Jalen Hurts. I like it.
Yeah.
Running backs Travis Etienne and Austin Eckler. I like it.
Yes.
Wide receivers Stephon Diggs and AJ Brown. I like it a lot. You have tight end Travis Kelce. Good God. You got the Cowboys defense. You got Jalen Waddle as your flex play on the bench.
That's Jalou. Jalou Waddle.
Jalou Waddle on the bench. Justin Tucker on a bye. Ramondre Stevenson on a bye. We have Justin Fields on the bench as well. Khalil Herbert, the Vikings. Josh Palmer. Romeo Dobbs.
Yep.
And is that Kyron Williams?
I would guess it's Kyron Williams.
But it looks like Willie. All I see is Willie W. Willie Will. Willie Ah. Willie Woo. Anyway. Okay, overall, I don't know what all trades you made, but whatever it is you did, you put together an absolute monster of a lineup, Ethan.
Yeah.
Hurts, Etienne, Eckler, Diggs, Brown, Kelce, and Waddle, Jalou Waddle. I mean, dude, right there is next level. And you got Ramondre Stevenson on the bench. I mean, Eggplant is fully aroused, Ethan.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you're changing anybody in the starting lineup.
Nope.
For sure not this week. You're probably dropping Dubes at this point.
Yeah, drop the Dobbs.
Romeo Dobbs. If you need a pickup, I'm dropping him. His injury is pretty serious, so it doesn't look like we're going to see him again for a while. So I'm okay with dropping him. But either way, man, holy cow. The thing I will say is we've already made 12 trades. You've put together a really, really good team.
Yes.
Don't get cute with the trades going forward. Don't try to turn, $2 into $1.50. Just remember that $2 into $1.50. So you're taking 2 really good pieces and turning it into 1.5, a little bit better piece.
Okay.
That's my concern with a team like this is that you try to get cute and you trade, Jalen Waddle and Ramondre Stevenson to get Tyreek Hill. And it's like, you're upgrading, but you're not really upgrading because you're losing that depth. Don't do anything crazy with that. But this is a good team. I don't know how you lost twice or three times.
Yeah, whatever
your record was. But the team is really, really good. Great work making the trades and being active. And teams that I find initiate trades make a lot more trades. So shout out to Evan for probably initiating most of those deals to put himself in a position to win. This is an A team for me again, Jake.
Yeah, 100%. I have to agree. A team as well, much better at making trades than adding up their overall record. Let's move on now to Josh Digidrip. Now, Josh is somebody who's been a member on YouTube for quite a while. He's in our Discord, I believe, unless somebody stole his name, but the guy's name is Josh and Digidrip, so it's got to be the same guy.
Yeah.
Talked to him on Skype a week ago. Really good dude. He's submitted here. I'm guessing the team name is Peter Gibbons. Is that the team name?
Peter Shibbons?
Peter Sibons.
Coybins?
Peter maybe it's like fancy. C'est bon. Maybe, I don't know what it is. He's 3-5. Wait a second. Oh, TBD. Okay, 4-5 after Monday Night Football. I was about to say, damn it, nobody knows what their record is nowadays, but 4-5 is his record. Let's see here. He's got some draft spots, but overall right now his roster is Justin Fields. I like it. Justin Jefferson and Amon-Ra. We have Kamara and Jacobs, flexing ETN and Cooper. Gerald Everett at tight end. On the bench, we got Lamar on a bye, Jacoby Myers on a bye, DJ Moore, Kareem Hunt, Gus Edwards, and Keenan Allen on the IR. Number 1 in points scored against. So it seems like he's getting everybody's best shot every single week, Ethan.
Yeah.
But he says they're heating up a little bit. Got the draft order right there. Overall, I like this roster, though. From top to bottom, in a 10-teamer, I don't dislike it. If Josh Jacobs could figure out what the hell's going on in that offense and pick it back up again, he'd be humming along.
Yeah, this is a good squad. The only concern I really have is, like, how do you pick up guys like Amari Cooper off waivers, even in a 10-team league?
Yeah, that's a great question.
Suspicious. DJ Moore, Jacoby Myers, I can kind of maybe understand.
Yeah, people got pissed off with DJ Moore and dropped him. I could see that.
Yeah, I could see where that kind of happened. Jacoby Myers wasn't highly drafted, so maybe he slipped through the cracks. I mean, I was on him. I know that we were on him as a channel, but overall, team is really good. I'm old and Pat. I don't really see a whole lot of changes I would make for the lineup. I would say that sometimes you get into leagues like this where you get hit repeatedly with the best game of the week, and you lose 4 or 5 games. You end up 3-5 on a team that should be 5-3 or better, and or 4-5 after Monday Night Football. And I think you hold out to try to sneak into the playoffs. You know, I still think there's a good chance this roster makes it to the playoffs with a winning record, and I think it's good enough to win. So I'm going to go with a B+ here, Jake. I think the team is good enough to win. I think they're going to surprise if they make the playoffs, assuming that they can get some variance point wise, going the opposite way where they are not getting killed by the other team's best weeks. But no, really good team here.
Okay. So I was definitely listening to you, but I was also Googling at the same time.
Thanks.
Because I feel like I should know who Peter Gibbons is.
Oh, yeah. You don't know about Peter Gibbons?
No.
Oh, well, tell me about him then.
What is it, Ethan? You seem like you knew.
Well, you're the one who looked it up. Why don't you just tell the people what you saw?
It's from a movie called Office Space.
Yeah.
And I have heard so much about the movie, but full disclosure, I have never seen Office Space. Ethan, do you know anything about Office Space?
I don't. I was just kidding, Jake. I have no idea what Peter Gibbons or who he is. I've heard
I feel
of the
like
movie.
you owe it to Josh to watch it now.
Maybe we should just watch it together, Jake.
Should we watch it when you come visit?
Are we telling people that I'm visiting alive?
They're gonna. I already told them. I think.
I don't know if we have.
I think I did.
Oh, well, at least you did.
All right. Anyway, what do you think of this team? What do you think of Peter Gibbons here?
I think the team is good. Like I said, I'm going to go with I can't remember if I said B or B plus. I would say B plus team right here.
Guess I wasn't listening that well. I'm going to agree though. B plus is kind of what I was thinking as well. Overall, love it. Love some of the moves you were able to make and pick up some of those guys off of waivers. All right, last one, Ethan. This is from Jordan Perp Drank on Twitter.
Perp Drank.
He has written his team in what looks like maybe whiteout. I'm not so sure.
Mm-hmm.
On a Zara bag.
Okay.
No idea what the hell Zara is. Is that another thing maybe I should Google that one when you're talking next.
I don't know.
His team name is Stroke My Cactus.
Okay.
I'll pass, but thank you. This team is 4-6, Ethan. That's 10 games. Is that a 5?
I think it's 4 and 5. I think the 5 is just kind of looped up a little bit.
I'm going to call BS right there, Ethan, because look, there's a 5 right next to it.
Look, I'm not saying that the 5 is perfect. I'm just saying that it looks like that may have messed up a little bit.
All I'm saying is that looks like a damn 6.
Well, let's hope they're 4 and 5.
If they've already chalked up a loss this week, we got some trouble. All right, so they're in 5th place. Pick number 4. This is an 8-teamer, Ethan. So this team better be stacked. This cactus better be flowing in a half PPR. We got Kyler Murray, Deebo Samuel, Josh Palmer, Derrick Henry, Jonathan Taylor with a sad face, Dallas Goedert, because he even says right there in parentheses that he's feeling fancy. Travis Etienne, and then Carlson in Philadelphia. On the bench, Gabe Davis. That's Jamal Williams, Terry McLaurin, Brian Robinson, Michael Carter, Michael Pittman, and then Elijah Mitchell on IR. Now, made some trades here.
Yeah.
Trying to read it. The first one was he traded Curtis Samuel for Travis Etienne.
That's a dub.
I mean, I don't know if you can get much better of a trade than that. Then he's also said here, Joe Mixon, Cortland Sutton, Damian Pierce for Jonathan Taylor. That is not a dub, in my opinion.
That's
not a dub.
It depends on when he made that trade.
Nope.
But I still feel like that's a lot.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Damian Pierce and Joe Mixon, 2 top 12 running backs, and Cortland Sutton for one guy who hasn't performed all year and been hurt.
Yeah. I mean, unless you did it after week 1, which is my understanding from off the top of my dome, the only week that Jonathan Taylor scored over 15 fantasy points, I believe. So, yikes.
Then also has Ramondre Stevenson, which he traded for Pittman and McLaurin.
Okay. Looking for wide receiver help, I guess.
But I still don't know if I would have done that either. I mean, I guess if you're really banking on Jonathan Taylor and having Travis Etienne, I get it. But man, Ramondre Stevens' season is in full force this year. I don't know if I could give him up. Plus, it all depends too, right? Michael Pittman now all of a sudden has a quarterback that doesn't even know how to play football. It looks like every single week. So it didn't quite work out for 2 of these 3 trades, in my opinion.
Couple bad deals. And you never know. I mean, he's 4-6. He's 4-6, Jake.
4-6.
He could have been 1-5 and was just trying to make a move to make something happen. You know, I can't blame a guy for trying to make moves if he needed to.
I get you now. Here's why I'm being a little bit hard on him though, Ethan.
Why, Jake?
He's got our Twitter handles down here.
Yeah, I see. But
he put a damn heart and says, "Love you, Doc," next to your name, and I didn't get crap.
Well, you got a little cactus. You can claim the cactus.
That's not even my cactus. It's just a
random
random
cactus, Jake.
I'm not claiming that cactus because he wants me to stroke it, and I'm not doing it.
Well, you know, here's the thing.
Jordan Perp Drank has no love for me.
Look, what can I say? What can I say? Okay.
I'll just let you finish this one. He only wants to hear your opinion. Go for it.
Jordan Perp Drank. Appreciate you, brother. You know, I love you too. #hearts. You know what they say about scrubs, Jake? They don't get no love from Perp Drank. Okay.
Perp Drank.
And what we have is special, Jake. And so if you don't like it, too bad.
Does he even follow you on Twitter?
He probably does, because I don't know if you heard, Jake, but I am verified. So if
you're newly verified. So
if you look me up on Twitter, you can find that I am verified. I am the most famous Ethan Turner out there.
How many are there?
I've never really looked, but I would assume not very many.
Jordan
I have a pretty
Rank follows
basic
me, but
name,
does not.
so-
He follows you too.
Well, there
Of
you
course
go,
he does.
Jake.
No love for me. I guess I'm just a
Sure.
scrub. Go ahead and give him the grade, Ethan. He wants to hear from you.
This is
Tell
an
him-
A+ team, Jake. Let me tell you about this team, Jake. I don't care if it's 4-6, 4-20. Any man or woman who loves the doc gets an A+ from me.
Wow. It's like selling out for love, isn't it?
There's a lot of things I'd do for love, Jake, but I would not stroke that cactus.
You never know, Doc. It's right around the corner. All right. So honestly, I'm going to give it like a C+
Well, if we're being honest,
because I got no love.
it's probably a B- team for me.
If I'm being
but
realistic, it's a B.
B-, B. I appreciate the effort, and it was enjoyable to look at this Zara bag. So if you know what Zara is, let us know in the comments, because I've never heard of it.
Yeah, I'm not even taking my time Google it. Just let us know down below. What the hell is Zara? What do you get at Zara? Is that like earrings or something? I don't know.
I don't know. It's a big bag. It seems big for earrings.
I don't know. It's got like some
It's a
fancy
two-board bag,
barnwood behind
Jake.
it. It's got like that, like straw looking handles. It's got to be an expensive store, whatever.
Yeah,
it is.
that's an expensive store.
That's an
for
expensive.
sure.
That looks expensive, Jordan. All right, but hey, overall, appreciate the submissions. These are always fun to go through. Me and the doc have a great time going through, busting each other's balls. Actually had somebody on Twitter respond to this thread and say, why do these have to be handwritten? Boy, oh boy, are they in for a treat. Without these being handwritten, how boring would this be? We got to have a good time. We never would have got to experience J. Lou Waddle without the handwriting, right?
No, J. Lou.
Nobody knows who J. Lou Waddle is.
Well, and here's the thing, Jake. If we didn't make them handwritten,
Yeah.
they'd all look the same.
same.
It would be like Sleeper,
Boring.
Yahoo, whoever, ESPN. I guess
Fantrax.
people still play on ESPN. What'd you say?
Fantrax.
Fantrax. I was getting there. I was
our
saving
sponsor.
the best for last, Jake.
That's right. Okay, I got you. And then
Check
strong.
out Fantrax. Use the code headliners. Let them know that we sent you.
There you go. Yeah, overall though, we love these submissions. Don't stop. Keep them coming, because we still got 8 weeks left of Show Us Your Teams, Doc, and then maybe we'll do a special one at the end of the year for some championship squads. Looking forward to doing that. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this week's Show Us Your Teams. Me and the Doc going to get out of here for the day though, so hopefully you have a great rest of your day as well.
Yo, Headliner Nation, appreciate it. I'm going to get out of here, though. Hopefully you enjoyed this weekend update. Don't forget to check us out here on YouTube live on Saturday nights for our live show. And then, of course, I'll be live on Sunday mornings for you as well. If you're a member, hit the like button, subscribe down below, and leave me a comment if you got any questions. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll catch you all on the next episode of the Fantasy Headliners.